Hello, my name is Brina Panetta, and this is my patient. So today I'm going to be palpating your hip and your pelvis. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It's my first time recording on an iPad, so let's see if this works. So we're going to start at the ilium, and so we have the iliac crest right here, and then we're going to go down, and we're going to go to the anterior superior iliac spine, and then we're going to go anterior inferior iliac spine. And then on the inside of that, we have the iliac fossa, and that it's like shaped like a butterfly. So on the inside of it is the iliac. There's a fossa. It's the iliac fossa. And then the back, where the back dimples are, we have the posterior superior iliac spine, and then we have our ischium, and which is on at the ischiotuberosity, which is a point of insertion for a lot of our muscles. We'll do the femur next. So we have the greater trochanter, the lesser trochanter. From the greater trochanter to the lesser trochanter, we have the intertrochanteric line, and right next to that is the intertrochanteric ridge. Right beneath the lesser trochanter, we have the pectineal line. And on top of the intertrochanteric line, we have the trochanteric bursa. And we also, in the back of the femur, there is a linea aspera. Where the sacrum is and where the ilium is, there is a sacroiliac joint. And then the acetabulum and the femur, there is a joint, and that's called the coxofemoral joint. There's also a sciatic nerve, and that originates at the lumbar spine, and then it goes down the legs. There's also a bursa on top of the ischiotuberosity, so that's the ischiobursa. And the IT band originates at the iliac crest, and then it inserts at Gerdy's tubercle. Okay, and I'm going to have you turn around, and so we're going to go on to the muscles next. And so we have the iliopsoas next, and before I go into those, there's also an iliopsoas bursa, which is also a iliopectineal bursa. Ischial is ischiogluteal bursa. Ischiogluteal bursa. That was in the back. Okay. So first we're going to go to the iliopsoas, and we have psoas major, and that originates, can I just turn you around? So that's all lumbar vertebrae and transverse processes, T12 and all the bodies and disc. And then that inserts at the lesser trochanter of the femur. And then we have the iliacus, originates at the iliac fossa in the front. You know, I pointed at that fossa earlier. And that also inserts at the lesser trochanter of the femur. The iliopsoas movement is hip flexion. So we're going to sartorius. Thank you. We have the anterior superior iliac spine of the ilium, and then is the origin for the sartorius, and then it inserts at the pes anserine of the tibia, and then its movement is hip flexion, abduction, and external rotation. Rectus femoris, that originates at the inferior iliac spine of the ilium, and it inserts at the tibial tuberosity. I don't know, tibial tuberosity is here. And its movement is hip flexion. Tensor fascia latae is next, and that originates at the outer lip of the iliac crest, and it inserts at the greater trochanter of the femur, and the IT band, which goes down to Gerdy's tubercle of the tibia. And then it's responsible for hip flexion, abduction, and internal rotation. We'll do pectineus. Pectineus, it inserts at the pubis. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch you. And wait, did I say inserts? I'm sorry. It originates at the pubis, and then it inserts at the pectineal line of the femur, which again is below the lesser trochanter of the femur. And that's hip adduction. Biceps femoris. Can I turn you around, please? Thanks, love. That has a long head and a short head. The long head inserts at the ischial tuberosity, and then the short head inserts at the, am I saying inserts? I'm so sorry, originates. The long head originates at the ischial tuberosity, and the short head originates at the linear aspera of the femur. And both of those insert at the head of the fibula and the lateral tibiocondyle. Next we'll do semitendinosus. Semimembranosus and semitendinosus both insert at the ischial tuberosity. And then semitendinosus, did I say insert? I'm so sorry, it originates. Both of them originate at the ischial tuberosity. Semitendinosus inserts at the pes anserine of the tibia, which is about down here. It's responsible for hip extension. Semimembranosus, again, originates at the ischial tuberosity, inserts at the medial tibial condyle. Yeah, so that would be here, medial tibial condyle. And then hip extension as well. Gluteus maximus we'll do next. That originates at the sacrum, the coccyx, the posterior gluteal lines of the ilium and the iliac crest, and that's what originates, and then it inserts at the gluteal line of the femur and the iliotibial band, and is responsible for hip extension and external rotation. And next we have our piriformis. That originates at our sacrum, and it inserts at the greater trochanter of the femur, and it's responsible for hip external rotation. Next we're going to do our abductors. I'm going to turn you around. So abductor longus originates at the pubic bone, and then wait, did I say inserts again? It originates at the pubic bone, and it inserts at the middle 1/3 of the linear aspera. And then the abductor brevis originates at the pubic bone, and that's the proximal 1/3 of the linear aspera, which is on the back again of the femur, and I'm doing it on myself. And then we have abductor brevis, originates at the pubic bone and the ischial tuberosity, which again was on the back. And then it inserts distal 1/3 of the linear aspera and the abductor tubercle, which is on the femur. And that's hip adduction is the movement. All of those are hip abduction, they're all abductors. Gracilis, another hip abductor, that originates at the pubic bone and inserts at the pes anserine of the tibia. And then we have gluteus medius. That is between the iliac crest and the anterior and inferior gluteal lines of the ilium. Inserts at the greater trochanter and is responsible for hip abduction and internal rotation. And then gluteus minimus originates at the anterior inferior gluteal lines of the ilium, inserts at the greater trochanter, and is responsible for hip abduction. And that is it.